So I guess
Sure.
let's go around. Let's talk like what was if you had to pick your favorite part, Green Bean, that you've seen so far, what stood out to you the most in this episode?
What I liked the best was seeing the focus that they placed in the quarterback room on the play fake. Now they were used, the way they did it, they made it fun and kind of trying to guess which play was a pass, which play was a handoff. But just the fact that they're stressing that. So we have this quarterback, 39 years old, obvious, MVP, vet, all those things. And we have a young guy that we're training, we're resetting, and there's a focus placed on that. Like, again, no, the method, fine. You know what I mean? That's great. It's fun. But just the fact that they're doing it, we haven't had a proficient, like legitimately high quality play faker since Chad Pennington. Chad Pennington was elite at that, and Aaron Rodgers is elite at that. And like since it's just, I mean, so many times like with Sanchez, I'd be like his fakes suck. Like why can't they figure out how to properly fake the handoff to actually fool the defense? And that's such a it's such a big deal and such an important aspect. Like why are we running play action if you're not going to sell the play fake? Like why do it? You know what I mean? So the fact that they were doing that, it was like, for me, again, it was fun the way they did it, but it was the aspect that they were focusing on. To me, I got this feeling of this is what we've been missing, man. Like this is the type of detail oriented stuff that the Jets have not been doing for however long. And that was really positive for me.
You said detailed oriented, which is a good word to use because Aaron Rodgers even throwing the grass up when he's explaining about like, yeah, sure it's like a little bit of getting his hands dirty, like sort of having that earthy feel when it's cold up in Lambeau Field, but also the wind when you throw it up. You see the kickers do that a lot, or golfers will do the same thing, sort of. But watching Rodgers do it and explain like, yeah, if there's a little bit of a wind going, to the left, if I'm throwing a ball out to that sideline, I got to make sure I'm aiming a little bit more inside so that ball doesn't sail out of bounds. It's the same way if it's going the opposite way. I got to make sure I go a little bit more to the left so that way it doesn't sail in and become an interception. So I thought that attention to detail that he said in that part was really, really cool. I think my favorite part of the whole night was, I see it in the chat, the offensive line getting absolutely cooked by Saleh. Like this defensive line overall, like that was the part of this episode that really like stuck out the most was the trenches. Defensive line, Quinnen just absolutely wrecking havoc on everyone, and then the offensive line not getting their shit together and Saleh just roasting them on it. I thought that was really, really cool. Those attentions to details, knowing we win, we go as you go, is what he says to Quinnen, what he talks about with the offensive line. Absolutely loved it. Matt, your thoughts? What was your favorite part of this episode?
Yeah, I think it had to be Robert Saleh going in on the offensive line and giving Green Bean a run for his money with those F-bombs, man. He was just dropping them left and right, and deservedly so. We saw how frustrated Aaron Rodgers was getting at the end of practice, and that wasn't the only time that it's happened so far in training camp. That's been a theme a little bit here where the offensive line is lacking behind some other areas on this team, and he said you have, the Hall of Fame quarterback, multiple $10+ million receivers. You have the offensive rookie of the year, Breece Hall coming back, all that stuff. It don't matter if the big guys aren't doing their job. And he's 1000% right. And I hope they get it into gear very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he did not pull any punches there. When he started going off about like that, we got two $10 million receivers, you got like all the talent in the room, in the running back room. It's like, oh, coach, thank you. I'm liking this because the fan base feels the same way. We feel like our biggest weakness is going to be our offensive line. And I think it's clear that the team knows it as well. I thought that was like Matt said, really, really good to see.